Hey everybody, I cannot believe we are 1 week away from the end. So tonight I'm going to do my video on a topic that just sort of came to me today, normalcy. And the reason I chose this topic is, excuse me, I had a session with one of my clients today, and we're kind of obviously coming to the end, and he knows that I'm leaving Hawthorne. He's a client that I've actually really made a good connection with. I think I've maybe spoke about him before. He's in his mid-50s. He has been a drug user for literally since he was 13 years old, so the better part of 40 years or so. And he has had a really traumatic history. So he's been sober for about 4 months. It's the most time he's ever been sober in his life. And he has been struggling a little bit with just normal life. So we talked today. Today was definitely a lighter day than most days when we meet. He has been dealing with a lot of his trauma in the last several sessions that we've been in. So it's been, it was kind of nice to not have to deal with that so much. This session, he's sort of in a better place with that stuff. So the reason I chose normalcy is we were talking about just normal everyday things that he is struggling with, that he's never really had to deal with before. A lot of them are relationships with people, intimacy with just, you know, people that he's close to, and that sort of thing. And he said a lot of these situations and feelings really scare him because he's never had that opportunity before to deal with them when he's sober. So we talked about a situation. It was actually kind of funny. It ended up being funny. He was talking about, he'd gone over to his cousin's house, and his cousin has a daughter who's like in her early 20s, and she's also a client at Hawthorne. And she just had a baby about a month and a half ago. So he went over to his cousin's house, and he saw the girl. And she said, "Can you give me a ride to the hospital?" And he said, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So they go to get in the car, and she brings the baby with her. And he is telling me the story about how in his mind he's thinking, "Oh my God, she's bringing the baby with her. What are we going to do?" So she puts the baby, you know, in the car seat in the car, and they drive away. And he said he was so nervous and scared with the baby in the car. He was white knuckling the steering wheel. He was so afraid because he was afraid that they were going to get into an accident, that he was going to crash the car with his baby in the car. And he was just really, really stressed out about it. In fact, she said to him, "Are you okay?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm just really nervous about the baby." So we had a laugh about it. And he said, "You know, I've had a kilo of cocaine in my car before, and I wasn't scared or nervous at all. But that baby really scared me, scared the daylights out of me." So it just really got me thinking about, and we talked about this, about how normal situations for people who are in recovery and treatment, normal to you and I, quote unquote normal, are sometimes really challenging for our patients. I said to him, having a kilo of cocaine in my car would be very terrifying to me, but a baby, not so much. So we really did have a good laugh about it, and I'm just wondering your thoughts on that. He also mentioned a lot of other situations where he's just not struggling, but is just having this feeling of fear in dealing with these just everyday situations, because for the first time he's doing it sober. So wondering if you have experienced any of this in any of your practice at your internships. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we're 1 week away. Thanks so much. Have a great night.